Well, hello everybody and welcome. People have been asking about whether we have any problems with electric hookup when we're travelling across Europe. Now, of course, the electric hookup that's supplied with all motorhomes really is the round 3-pin 16 amp plug. I've forgotten what they're called, but there's a certain name for them. It's a round chunky plug that you just plug in, and that pretty well works. Well, that works everywhere across the UK. You can of course get an adapter so that plugs into a standard 3-pin 13 amp socket at your home, so you can plug in at home without having a special external socket made on the outside of your house. But people have been worried, or have been asking the question as to whether those work right across Europe. And what I can say is that in general, what we found is that standard 3-pin 16 amp plug has been available everywhere we've been that's had electric hookup. So there really is no issue. Now, I do understand, I mean, we did plug into an electric bollard at a site called Bilthoven when we were travelling back from Sweden, and we got a reverse polarity warning light that came on, which means reverse polarity is where the live and neutral, so you'll know there's 3 wires inside the cable: live, neutral and earth. So reverse polarity means that the live and neutral are reversed, so the live current runs down the neutral wire. Now you'd say, well, why is that a problem? And it isn't really in terms of things working. However, if you don't have systems in or electrical items inside your van that are double insulated, so you need to be sort of insulated away from all of the electricity, including the neutral. If you haven't got those, you might get electrocuted because the neutral wire can come in contact with the external casing of some items. Whereas the live wire, normally in manufacturing, they keep well insulated and away from any external casing. So the way to sort of get around that and make absolutely sure is to have yourself made or buy a reverse polarity changeover, which effectively is a short piece of wire with one of the plugs on either end. You plug one into the bollard, plug the other end into your cable, and all that does, it switches the cables back so that the neutral wire gets switched over to the live and fed into your cable that way, and vice versa. The live wire from the bollard gets switched over and plugged into your neutral, and that effectively sorts it out, because that's all it is. Across Europe, all sorts of different electrical systems were invented and introduced across different countries and states and places, and not everybody followed the same systems. In fact, way back, different countries couldn't even agree on the colour of the earth wire. Some wanted green, as in the UK wanted green, and other countries, I think France and other countries, wanted yellow, which is how we ended up, I think, with the stripy yellow-green earth wire in all our cables these days. So if you're thinking about coming across to Europe and worried about how to plug into the electricity and so on, there's not too much to worry about, especially if you're staying on well-known commercial sites. They'll all have the standard 16 amp 3-pin plug that you're used to plugging into in the UK. If they don't have that, the local shops and indeed the site will probably sell an adapter. I was given an adapter recently by my brother-in-law Dave, thanks Dave, that went from the 2-pin French or European type plug into a 3-pin 16 amp, because some of the sites have those 2-pin hookup cables, and that, you know, that's useful just to have there if we do get into that situation. We never have so far, but there you are. That's hopefully removed a bit of worry if you're thinking about coming across to Europe and not sure about the electric hookup. It's all pretty standard. Anyway, if you've enjoyed that, give us a thumbs up and don't forget subscribe. And if you don't want to miss any of our adventures as we travel across Europe and the UK, living full-time in a motorhome, ring that bell and we'll send you a reminder every time we upload. Thanks so much for watching. If you've got any questions about electricity, off-grid stuff, put them in the comments below. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.